Woohoo! What up, folks? Too Lo-Fi and the He's there. I'm stoked to be doing this tutorial today. I finally got, a little step up, at least doing my tutorials. I got 2 screens. Hey, that's a huge plus, so you don't have to look at my B-mix every time I open this damn thing. Anyway, I'm just going to get right into this. Today I am showing you how to make a sub using the Twin 3 and Pro Q4, and it's going to be a wide sub. It's going to, it's the sub. It needs to be there. It needs to be present. And it needs to thump. And I just recently got the new Fabfilter, and with Pro Q4, which finally does something that I've been waiting for it to do. So the other thing I'm going to show you how to do is I'm going to show you how to properly duck a kick. And, this is a method that I've been using for a while, but prior to the Pro Q4, I was using another channel and an EQ and, using an envelope follower and then attaching that to an amp on the channel I'm trying to duck. So, or attaching it to another EQ, the Pro Q3 sometimes. And I just take one of the filters and I take the gain, and I would just modulate the gain for the envelope follower, which it's all we're doing here. But I'm gonna go ahead and hit play, and this is I guess what it sounds like. Now you can see down here I have a little bit of masking going on, which is why you need to do this, is because you don't want that masking. But anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and just so I'll show you here. Let's see. I'll turn this down a little bit. But yeah, so you can see there's a little bit of width here in the area. I mean, it's kind of carrying over. I have the cutoff set to 120, but it's obviously carrying a little width down here. But that's not going to really have much of an impact. I do not believe. Mark my words, it'll probably destroy the world. Just kidding. Anyway, so too bad I can't turn off the dogs barking or the kids screaming. Alright, so I'm just going to make another channel here. And I guess I already have a channel. Let's just make a MIDI channel. Dun-dun-dun. And then we're going to drop on the Twin 3 first. And that's a lot of shit. And we really don't need any of this shit. So let's go ahead and just turn all this shit off. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and kill these, which is a lot easier said than done. I keep having to move off of them to be able to shut them. And see, oh, that one I could have shut. And boom, boom, boom. And I really don't want these, so I'm just going to kill them. I'll re-add them, but And then I'm going to come over here. And I'm going to set this to serial. First thing I'm going to do, is switch this to a sine wave. I'm going to make sure this is all the way down. Let's just go ahead and put that back at 0. Put that at 0. Oh, I don't want that at 0. Let's go ahead and put that back up here, about -18. Boom. Which is actually 0 in Ableton, to be fair. Well, -18 in Ableton is 0 decibels. So, technically 0 decibels in Ableton is plus 18 decibels, if you did not know that. I found it useful to know, but I've had a lot of people tell me that nobody cares, so alright, whatever. Alright, now first thing, I changed that, so I'm going to change this to a square. Make sure the width is right. One semitone. I don't want one semitone. I want no semitone. And I'm actually going to take this and I'm going to put it over a little bit. I'm going to pan it to about, these numbers are kind of arbitrary because he's using vectors. So 1 is max when who knows, it's an angle. So like, I'm pretty sure 1 is not a max when you're talking about an angle. But that's okay. That's okay. That's the easier way to program it. So, and then we're just going to, let's see here. Square pure, I don't know if that's necessary. I'm going to make sure this is off. I'm going to roll this back. Okay. Sorry, there was a slight interruption. Nobody noticed. Okay, and I just realized that, I don't know if this matters, but it has this little 16 by the tuning, and then this one's at 32. I want my pulse to be the 16. I want my wide one to be the 32. All right, and also I'm cranking up the wide one to full blast, and then I'm leaving the other two just a regular level. And I'm also, like I said, had a slight bit of a reset here. Panning one of them to a little bit to the left, panning the other one a little bit to the right, and they should, there shouldn't be too much phase cancellation, but it should be enough to give me a wide signal, which is what I'm shooting for. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my things here. Do the first one here, and it's already set to hard. Okay, that's fine. And I bet this one is already set too, because I already set it. Hollow. Yeah, it's nice this remembers your settings. That's very nice of it. Alright, so this one we're going to go 160. And that's fine, about 0.35. And then this one we're going to do 60. And make sure this is slope 12. Yep. The slope should be 24. And then we're going to go ahead and add another one. Put this at 90. And bring it down to, I moved this, didn't I? Bastard. It hates me. There we go. Whatever. Good enough. I'll bring this down about negative 0.34. And I'm going to switch this all the way to 48. Okay. Now, we should have sound. And yep, I can hear that. So we have a sub that is audible. And that's what we want. We want a sub that is audible. Now, thing with having a sub that's audible, we'll see. Maybe I should turn it up in the software here. So I'm not sure if y'all can. Oh, I can hear it. There we go. Having a sub that is audible, we also have this kick, and I'm just going to solo the kick for now. Save y'all the disparity of my drum set. Just a quick kick, not a lot of low end, but enough. Now what we want to do here, now we get to play with the new Q4, or newish, I guess. Drop this on our channel with the twin 3. And actually, don't want to forget here. I'm going to want to go into audio effects and grab a utility. And we're just going to, I like setting this, I like setting it to 100. Now let's keep it at 120, just because that's where I had it set originally. Alright, and then what we're going to do is we're going to make a, let's see, which one is, I need that one. And we're going to set this at 160, because that's where our cutoff is. which is an arbitrary number I chose just because our gain, you don't really want to go below -6. So we're going to go ahead and set it to -6. We'll just keep it at the maximum there. But the next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to take and sidechain our kick in. Okay. After that, we want to, let's see, I figured this out before. Click on this. We're going to make this dynamic. And we're just going to pull this up here. Let's see. Because we don't want this one. We want this one to be at roughly -6. There. Boom. -6 right there. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and this little thing right here, we're going to open this. Okay. And in this right here, I'm going to hover it in like, so the external sidechain button lets you toggle between triggering the band, limited, and possibly MS encoded, plug-in input signal, or the unprocessed external sidechain. So I just found that clicking this, I had better results. So I'm going to click it. Then we're going to want to go over here to band, and we're going to want to go to free. So let's go ahead, and I'm just going to take and copy this right here. And we'll just boom, and we're going to go, loop the selection. And that way it's looping. And we're just going to go ahead and turn this off of solo and hit play. Now, if you notice, it's not really triggering it that far, and it's if you notice, it's kind of turning purple. Most of the time, it's dampening the audio, which we don't really want that. We want it to bounce back. Well, it's because the lows are fairly they're fairly they take a while to dissipate. So we're just going to go ahead and take this over till about 160. And you notice, boom, all of a sudden it's hitting all the way, and it's going back up. It's not staying down, and that is exactly what we want. It's like I may not have much low end in my kick, which because I mainly want, I want the kick to come through. I want you to hear the sub. I don't want, what I'm saying? It's like if I want my kick to provide the sub, why don't I just attach the sub to the kick and not worry about having a sub? And I'll just have the sub hit one kick, or I could use an 808, which I think is what I'm saying anyway. Anyway, so that is my little some of the tricks of the trade here. I hope that is useful, and you have a beautiful day. 2Lo-Fi out.